Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Let's talk about an animated film that shows what goes on inside of you. A movie that shows that the tiny things that happen on the outside are actually big things on the inside. The colorful, strange, comedic adventure simply known as Inside Out. Sure, we've seen this idea dabbled with in unforgettable shows and shows we'd like to forget, but this is the first one to do it in such a clever and unique way. No other film showed the inside workings of the human body so cleverly and distinctly original. And we're gonna talk about how great it is here today.
Alright, Troop, he loved the movie.
But he said it was like Herman's head.
Oh, please, no one even remembers that.
I miss the other white wall.
Besides, even if this idea's been done before, no pinhead's ever done it in the way that we've done it before.
Oh yeah, nobody's ever done it like this before.
What emotion are you?
I'm pissed off, that's what I am.
Hey, that's my job, buddy.
Yeah, a job you all stole from me, Osmosis Jones.
Oh great, another Wachowski fanboy.
Not Jupiter Jones, Osmosis Jones.
Wait, you're saying we ripped you off?
If the body-related pun fits.
Hey, we're one of the most brilliantly written films of all time, and you're just a Farley Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's right. You ripped off the people that made Jim Carrey a male cougar.
Hey, why don't we let the critic decide by having him review the movie instead?
Whatever we do, we better do it fast. The critic's just been sitting there brain dead for a few minutes.
Oh!
That's why we're gonna review Osmosis Jones. Why am I suddenly in a bad mood? In 2001, the Farley brothers, who you know for 3 good movies and several waiting apologies, were attached to an animated film about the inner workings of the human body, as well as some animation directors obviously as well. It was colorful, creative, and usually forgot to be funny. Like most Farley Brothers films, it doesn't know if it wants to be a legitimately clever adult film or a giggle fest for 2-year-olds because they acknowledge that farts exist. Look! Farts exist! Strangely enough though, everyone does end up somehow remembering this film. And even years later, there's still been quite a few people who have requested me to review this for a long time. Is it worth the request? Well, let's take a look with Osmosis Jones.
The prequel to Inside Out. Ow!
The film takes place in, being a Farley Brothers movie, I'm just gonna assume this New Englandish side of the US. Yep, as we open with Bill Murray scratching his ass. Glad to see you're aiming high there, Farleys. In the old days, he would have scratched his taint. Murray plays Frank, a zookeeper with a daughter who acts a lot more like his mother because, again, let me just take a guess here.
Your mother, God bless her soul.
You know, should we just line up all the mothers in animated films to the electric chair? Is there just a cinematic courtroom somewhere where they're just like, what are you charged with? Giving the birth of life. Kill her!
Good.
But a monkey steals his egg, which means for some reason now he has to choke him.
Now I gotta choke you.
What can I even say to this right now? Bill Murray is choking / possibly dry humping a monkey. I never thought I'd have to repeat this from my Planet of the Apes review, but don't do it. Why is that such a common theme around here? As if looking at the outside of him wasn't bad enough, we then venture inward to see that the inside of his body is covered in black lines for some reason. This is where we meet Osmosis Jones, voiced by Chris Rock.
Here we go again.
Well, you're dealing with a white blood cell here. Baby, it's Ozzy time.
Yes, Beetlejuice cartoon, we found everything except your nose, but we're sure it'll show up in another awkward drawing. Jones is a white blood cell cop who helps to keep the inside of Frank healthy. And of course make a lot of puns while doing so.
You up Spit Creek without a paddle. We lived on peanut butter and cellulite sandwiches. Take your medicine. You grew up on the wrong side of the digestive tract.
Good lord, that's a lot of punny! They try to stop some gingivitis, which somehow ends up affecting Frank's leg while he's eating some fried chicken. I hear they do great steak. But something else it seems has snuck in, Thrax, a disease played by Lawrence Fishburne.
Careful, I'm contagious.
You're gonna love my toxic love!
Ow.
fiction. That's gonna haunt the shit out of me.
But we see bigger things are on the mind of the mayor, played by William Shatner.
Do you have a plan to deal with the fat cell housing shortage?
I'd like to announce we're beginning construction on a third chin.
So, just to get things straight, with Shatner in charge, Frank has turned into a fat, balding, unhealthy, egotistical pain in the ass. Man, you put this guy in anything and the jokes just write themselves!
Honey, Jane.
You okay?
What?
You know, I think they had the idea to follow Bill Murray around with a camera to see if he did anything funny, and when he didn't, they just said make it a cartoon.
I'm making you an appointment to see the doctor.
But the mayor can't risk him getting sick, so he uses his manual override.
On second thought.
On second thought,
Perhaps I'll take a cold pill.
perhaps I'll take a cold pill.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because someone VCR'd my beta!
Hey, look, just because they use a control panel to shift his thoughts.
While looking through a circular screen of vision.
Doesn't mean we stole anything.
You know, you're right. In fact, I smell a spin-off with you and another original Disney classic. I call it Kimber the White Liar.
That never went to court. We're mostly on the clear on that one.
Yeah, let me know how that Frozen lawsuit works out.
Oh yeah, we might be in trouble for that one.
So here's a fun drinking game. Take a shot every single time there's a cop movie cliche. I know what you're thinking, come on, it's a cop movie. Of course there's gonna be some cop cliches, but let's just try the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes, let's count how many cop cliches there are. Quirky cop that doesn't fit in. Ooh, the angry commissioner. Oh, how about cracking one-liners against authority? Being assigned a new partner. Really? Saying he doesn't need a new partner. Hits on a hot romantic lead whose personality is invisible. Cry. She doesn't like him, thinking independence makes up for the fact that she's totally forgettable. All right, that's 7 shots! 7 shots in the past 3 minutes. What the fuck? You're as original as a computer-generated direct-to-DVD movie. God, I hope I didn't fuck with my mind too much.
Are we in Gary Busey's head?
He meets up with a minion version of Iron Man named Drix, a literal pill played by typecasted pill David Hyde Pierce.
I was developed at the University of Chicago, where I graduated Phi Beta capsules.
Jeez, got me in college for.
Oh, look, the two of them obviously don't get along.
No!
The mayor's assistant Leah, played by Brandy, because clearly she'll bring a lot to the role, gives Jones the chance to prove himself and Drix to make Frank feel better.
Step away. Tamper-proof seal is there for your protection.
All right, everyone. Chill.
But Jones comes across somebody who saw Thax's work.
Man, he's coming, man. I saw him.
Ah, great. Chris Tucker's in this movie. Drix accidentally freezes him, though, not allowing Jones to figure out what he was talking about. Of course, what he is talking about is Thrax, who's apparently trying to take over his infectious competition.
We run the rackets around here. Take your little hustle someplace else.
Well, baby, this ain't about no hustle. This is about the baddest illness any of y'all have ever seen.
Jesus Christ! Okay, this is always something that's bothered me. How come when you change the color of blood, it suddenly doesn't make it gory? Why is this a hard R, but if you suddenly change the color, oh, it's a Jello birthday party! Friday the 13th would be a G movie if the blood had fucking polka dots on it!
What kind of sickness do you have in mind?
Deadly.
Wow, that's a constant reminder of how much the live action scenes don't connect. Psychotic killer, gory murder, girl running around in the zoo. Come on, they go hand in hand like peanut butter and that fucking scene we saw earlier. Yeah, I don't have a comparison, just what the hell? Drix accidentally breaks off a piece of the frozen witness, so he hides it by sticking it in his mouth. Could have just put it in the back seat there, but then again, that might not have built up to our other gross out joke. Let's see, what do we have in the appendix of what makes idiots laugh? Snot looks good.
What's that over there?
It's funny because you're stupid. So Thrax Drix blows up the dam, getting all the snot out, but really for no good reason, Drix decides he still wants to partner up with Jones.
Why don't we find you another, more capable officer to work with?
Sir, if it's all the same to you...
And because the piano music is signaling me to do so...
I think I'll stay with Jones.
Suit yourself.
But Jones reveals, what a shock, he has a tragic backstory. You see, a while ago, he was supposed to keep Frank well during his daughter's science fair. Hell, Frank was actually kind of a stand-up guy. More than her teacher, anyway, played by Molly Shannon.
Your daughter, Shane, I am just absolutely crazy about her.
Well, if you mean that, I'm gonna keep her.
To be fair, this is the only laugh Murray has gotten in the film so far.
Are you okay?
It's a oyster.
Oh yeah, that's Zach's project. He's a little slow. The doctor says that he has a brain the size of a tangerine.
So remember, kids, if a slow kid is having trouble at your school, this family film says it's okay to make fun of it. Just be sure the Farley brothers are around to film it when you do.
Sort of funny. But we're gonna give him an A anyway.
God, what the fuck was this rated again?
Whoa, look at that guy!
But Frank tried Tangerine Kid's oysters, which resulted in him puking all over the teacher. And Jesus Christ, give that photographer an award! He must have known the fucking millisecond it was going to come out to shoot something so perfectly composed.
He even got fired from his job at the pea soup factory.
He got fired for that? Oh, come on, the real Bill Murray's done that at tons of parties. He's never gotten kicked off a set. This, I guess, is the excuse why his life is such a wreck now. Though, really, it's a pretty lame excuse. How did he go from a pea soup factory to a zoo cleaning job? They have nothing in common. And why is he a bum loser now? The world isn't one big school cafeteria. I think he can bounce back okay. But hey, then we wouldn't have classic Farley comedy like this.
What's wrong now?
Gee. Oh, it's this damn toe. Do me a favor, huh? Don't you get old. Listen to the toe. Don't you get old.
Ah, Jesus. I wish Pirate Palpatine back there would use his force powers to end this scene.
Buffalo.
You want to shut the fuck up. You want to order some of my delicious shrimp with tartar sauce. But Drix and Jones aren't done looking for answers.
Size don't matter. Chicken pox fight.
Oh! Ow! Oh, that pun hurt! Ow! On the plus side, at least we know none of the puns can get quite as bad as that.
Back into this fat beat, bass pushing through my backseat.
Oh no!
What is it? He's having a dumb attack!
Your movie was so stupid that it overloaded his brain with idiocy!
I'm sorry, most Chris Rock movies do that!
There's only one way to stop it!
We have to show him something even more painful and idiotic!
Like what?
Whew. Boy, was that ad bad. Whew. Unless it was a charity ad, in which case, here's where you send the hate mail. Anyway, after Blow Ninja Blow, Jones sneaks in and discovers the disease is planning to kill off Frank. But sadly, he also lets him get away. Can you guess what's gonna follow now?
Disregarding orders, destruction of public flesh, popping a pimple without a permit. What the heck were you doing out there?
Your painful buddy cop movie tropes, sir.
Why, thank you, garçon. I think I'll start with the cop getting fired cliche.
You're fired.
Followed by the nobody believes him when he's telling the truth cliche.
Without Jones, Frank could have been in mortal danger.
You'd love to prove that, wouldn't you, Mr. Drixenall?
And for dessert, how about the finding out something that was important it turns out was all a lie cliche?
You're nothing but a wannabe, a placebo, over-the-counter, useless.
Funny or not funny?
Not funny.
Any variations?
No variations whatsoever.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, garçon.
Garçon means boy.
Well, somebody saw the first 5 minutes of Pulp Fiction! Of course, the big question in all of this is, if Drix was a placebo the whole time, how did he physically stop all the symptoms? Wouldn't it have been more clever if he used, like, a psychological approach, like talking the symptoms out of continuing to affect? That way he'd be much more of an opposite to Chris Rock's character as well? Wouldn't it have been more funny and made more sense? Well, as you quickly notice, psychological intelligence is not this film's strong point. Take, for example, this scene.
Maybe if you and Mom took better care of yourselves, maybe you should still be here.
Hey. Your mom died because she got sick.
Wow. I mean, Bill, I love you. I think you were robbed at the Oscars by Sean Penn, but that was an acting wasteland that you just gave us. I mean, we can scan to see if there's any emotion there. I mean, any. Nope, none whatsoever. Who talks to their kid about their dead wife while eating a fucking Cheeto? Was that in the script? Was the Cheeto essential to the heartbreaking moment that the music suggests we're supposed to have? Would Lion King work as well if Simba was munching on snacks the whole time? Dad! Dad, come on! We gotta go home! Dad! So while one partner gives up on himself, resulting in our hero walking around moping, just before he gives the pep talk to get his partner back, boy, they're shitting out these cliches faster than I can say them. He goes to watch some dreams, which in this world is similar to movies. Wait a minute, that's...
As painfully obvious as it gets!
I don't know, guys. He's got a point on that one.
They have it on posters and everything.
Well, maybe we just put it in our subconscious.
Which we represent, by the way, as a dark gray scary abyss.
Oh, you mean this subconscious that's represented as a dark gray scary abyss?
Can I say that curse word now?
Leia discovers Thrax's plan to kill Frank and... Okay, is her dress shrinking or just afraid of the floor? Because that's her ass. No, that's her ass. There is no way those lines can be mistaken for anything else. I don't know who on the animation staff wants to fuck a blood cell, but even horny women from clubs are looking at that like...
Girl, you're wearing a strip of purple Scotch tape right now.
Hey, muscles.
Ah! A deflated Hulk Hogan! Oh wait, that's the always Tampa quality Chris Elliott. He plays Frank's brother, who is unaware that the virus is quickly claiming Frank's life.
Just as long as it don't hit 108 degrees, or Frank's daughter's in office.
I wish I was an orphan.
Hey Shane, look what I brought for you. They're false eyelashes. Just close your eye.
Is the bus really the best place to do that?
Let me just put that on you here.
It looked good on Senator Palpatine. Just as Frank starts to get worse, his daughter sees him in front of the bus and gets out, calling 911.
This movie is killing him. Get me 50 cc's of Lost in Translation, stat!
Daddy?
Maggie.
No, Dad, it's me, Shane.
Oh, sorry, Maggie was a prostitute from years ago. You can understand the confusion, though.
Enjoy the funeral, boys.
How's your aim?
A lot better than yours.
Jones, what do you think you're doing?
We talked briefly twice, so I feel I've earned this.
Let's go.
Take a shot into his daughter's eye where they have the final battle.
When I take down Frank's pretty little girl.
She ain't going down. You are.
She's not going down. You're going down on her! I probably should have rephrased that, but honestly, it's not as bad as anything else said in this movie. The eyelash falls off, killing the disease. Jones returns with the cure, and Dr. Ben Affleck seems to have brought Frank back to life.
Mama says hi.
Oh, wait, can I try that emotional moment again? I clearly should have been eating a pork rind or something. So the day is saved, Jones and Drix are back on the force, and Frank goes on a beautiful hike with his daughter. What's the most heartwarming way to end this all? A fart.
Dad.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Well, at the very least you can say this film represented the turd very well. The sad thing is there are some clever ideas in this movie. I mean, the designs are great, the environment itself is pretty cool, and sometimes even some of the puns are kind of clever. The animation as well is so gorgeous to look at. It's just so colorful and flowing. But the story is every boring buddy cop flick. The live action stuff is awkwardly done, and a lot of the humor just isn't that funny. I admire this film a lot more for its creativity, but in terms of a good comedy or action film, they both fall pretty ill. But who knows, maybe somebody saw these creative choices and was inspired by it years later.
Yeah, inspired to rip it off.
Okay, clearly we stole some things from you.
Thank you.
Some of those things couldn't have been just a coincidence.
Thank you.
But we did something with them. Something smart, something meaningful, something that can change and help lives.
And all your movie did was help people lose their faith in David Hyde Pierce.
Hey, don't force me to make my voice even more gravelly and air-choking.
My God! How do you make a living off that voice?
It's kind of like nuclear power. If used right, it's effective. But use it the wrong way and it'll fuck you up for life.
It's also far away from the control panel.
What does that have to do with anything? Ah! Huh! What are you looking at, bald Al Yankovic?
Oh God, an early 2000s movie, Chris Rock.
Hey, team me up with Anthony Hopkins again and we can do anything. Ah!
I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember it. Even when we don't want to admit it.
Hey, I was Lethal Weapon 4!
I know what you're thinking. How can I get all these people I just saw on a t-shirt? Well, now you can. Nostalgia Critic t-shirts are back, and in any color that you want. But it isn't just the Nostalgia Critic, it's all your other favorite characters. The Devil, Hyper Fangirl, Santa Christ. And yes, there's even more on the way. You asked for them? We're caving in under peer pressure like pure bitches. Get Nostalgia Critic t-shirts now at the link below. They're unlike anything you've ever put on your body. Unless you wear shirts. Buy them anyway.
Jack!